Hey, it's Dwayne,
And Gerrick.
and welcome to episode 38 of Trading with G. This is called Battling the Plunge. Battling the Plunge, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we are certainly battling the plunge in the stock market here lately, and we're going to get into that.
Mm-hmm.
But before we begin, we got to remind you to do a couple of things. What's the first thing?
Smash that like button.
And subscribe to our channel. And if you'll do us a favor, man, there's not a lot of people that know about us yet. We don't pay for traffic. All our growth is done organically. So if you'll just let somebody know about us and encourage them to subscribe to our channel, let them know that there's a couple of fellas that can probably make them some money in the market, we'd be forever grateful. The other thing that we've got to remind them to do is what?
Um,
Join our
group on Facebook. It's called Trading with G.
Yep.
We post stuff in there when we don't do our videos. We post our stuff, our moves we do.
Yeah, absolutely. All the
Through the weeks.
All the moves that we do during the week in between episodes, we post them in our Facebook group. It's called Trading with G.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a link in the description of this video. Well, Gerrick, this video is called Battling the Plunge. Do you know why?
Because we're down today. We're down a lot.
A lot of stocks are down. All investors are wondering, when are we going to lower interest rates? That's the question. When are we going to lower interest rates? Well, the Fed just had their next meeting, their last meeting just this past week on Wednesday, and they decided to leave rates unchanged. They really didn't give any guidance for when we would see a rate cut. They still promised that we'd get a rate cut by the end of the year. Who knows? They said last year that we would see 3 rate cuts this year at the end of last year. And guess what? We're not seeing 3 rate cuts. So investors' confidence in what the Fed says is, let's just say, not the greatest right now. So we're battling the plunge. The minute that I heard Jay Powell, who is the chairman of the Fed, the minute I heard him speak, I knew that the market was not going to like it one bit. And the end of this week, guess what? The market took a plunge. And so we've got to find out where the bottom will be. You know, we're going into the valley again, right?
Uh-huh.
And when we go into the valley, when we take the plunge, man, it can be hard sometimes if you take it by yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you take the plunge and you go into the valley, you got to walk it knowing that God is on your side, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you go into the valley, how do you have to go there?
You gotta go with faith, courage, and confidence.
Absolutely. We got to walk that valley with courage, with faith, with courage and confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And that's certainly what we're going to do, right?
Yes.
We go into the valley, we come out of the valley. You have to go into the valley to see a gain. You know, you can't just come in and expect to go up endlessly, right? You're going to have your downs and your ups where you go up a little higher. You're going to have a down, maybe go up a little higher yet. And that's what we're looking to do. So without further ado, what do you say we get into it, Gerrick?
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready to trade?
Yeah.
Let's go trade. All right. All right, guys, what we did was we set Gerrick up with a CashApp account. Yes, you can trade stocks using CashApp if you're in the United States. If you're international, I promise you there is an application out there that you can use to trade stocks.
You could use SoFi also.
Well, you also use SoFi, right?
Yeah, and today we might look at SoFi stocks.
No, we're not going to look at SoFi stocks today. Well, we are going to make a few moves, but we also use SoFi as well. But if you're international, maybe you don't have Cash App, maybe you don't have SoFi, that's fine. just Google an app in your country that allows you to trade stocks. I promise you have one. I know a lot of international people, they use eToro. Europe, they have free trade. Australia can use eToro, as well as several others. Canada can use Wealth Simple. Man, there's an app in your country that you can use to trade stocks along with us. But if you're in the United States, guess what? You can use CashApp and SoFi. And so we're going to be using CashApp today. What we did was we set Gerrick up with $100 in his CashApp account. And each week he gets $10 added to his account for doing your what?
Chores.
For doing his chores. So he's taking his allowance and he's trading it into a fortune. And by the time he's 18, I think you're going to be surprised how much he makes over the next 9, 10, over the next 8, 9, 10 years. It should be pretty good, right?
Yes.
We're already doing really well overall. So we just keep managing the ride, keep moving money through the market, and good things happen. But if you're new, what you're going to do is you're going to go to Cash App, right?
Yeah.
You are going to see this green screen. Probably looks familiar. In the lower left-hand corner, you're going to see a dollar amount or a bank or a house.
Yes.
Gerrick's happens to say $22.
You're gonna press the dollar amount or bank or house.
Yep.
And they'll take you to the screen. You're gonna go to stocks. But if you're new, you're brand new, your screen's gonna look much like this. But if you already have your stock, when you buy stocks, your screen's gonna look much like ours.
Yep. And what you're going to do is when your screen looks like this the first time, you're just going to search the first stock you want to buy. So for instance, if the first stock you want to buy is Ford Motor Company, you click Ford, you'd hit buy, and you would put in the dollar amount that you want to buy, right?
Any stocks you want, but some might be off the board.
Yep. And we'll talk about those. When you're ready to sell, there's a big sell button and you just hit sell. It's that easy, right?
Yeah.
So once you get your first stock, it's going to look much like ours, right?
Yes.
You're going to see a list of your stocks. You're going to see all these good things.
You're going to see the stocks you sold at the bottom of
You're going to see the stocks you sell stocks are going to be on your watch list. You can see that you're following them.
You can see them and see if you have if it's a good percentage and good amount.
These are all stocks that we've traded in the past, right?
Yeah.
And we've made money on all of them. We've made money on all of them. Why is my face sideways? Hold on. There we go. So we've made money on all of these in the past. But let's take a look at how we're doing right now, Gerrick. If we take a look at how we're doing, this past week was not the greatest. Friday, we were down 2.35%.
This day aren't good.
This week, we were down how much?
4.63%.
4.63%. In fact, this month, we're down 13%. But what's crazy is we just recently hit an all-time high on our portfolio value just a few weeks ago. That's how turbulent and volatile this market has been. It has been moving, and you can see right now it's moving down.
Yeah.
What I like to look at when I'm looking at stocks, and by the way, I know it says all time that -10, -0.58. Cash App does not look at all the profits that you've closed in the past. They look at them as a whole. They don't look at them in relation to your balance. We've actually made quite a bit of money. In fact, I'll come back up to this here in a second. But if we look at how we've done, we've actually closed out $198, almost $200 in profit. You can see that right here.
Yeah, one of our stocks, we sold like a ton of money.
We've sold several of them. But this is the total dollar amount. This is how Cash App does it, just so you know. They don't look at as we're buying and selling along the way. They group them all together. We've actually bought $1,016 worth, even though we've never had $1,016 in our account. It's about moving money through the market. And we've sold him for $1,214 worth. So we've actually closed out about 200 in profit. And then of course, we're in some trades right now that are down, and that's fine. When you come in the market, you're going to be down. You're going to be down. You buy in the valley, you manage them on the way down individually. Then when they pop up for profit, you close, you take your profit, and then you work your money into the next one on the way down until it pops into profit. So what we want to do is we want to look at our overall sine wave. Do you see this?
Uh-huh.
This gives us a good indication of where the market's going.
The market might shoot up. It might go down a little more, then shoot up.
Do you see this little spike right here?
Yeah.
See how that says minus 1081 and that's minus 1074? We're right there right now. There's a decent chance that we could shoot right back up, within the next week or two. That's a very good possibility.
Yeah, and then we might be able to buy an oil stock.
Yep, we could look at oil stocks here after that. Or look at this. If we don't hold on this spike, where's the next place it can come down to? Right over here. See right there?
Yeah.
See that spike down?
Yeah.
That says minus 52 or at minus 10. So we could come down here. Okay. It is possible we could drop down there. We could hold up here or we could drop down here. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know which way it's going to go first. But all we know is what we're going to do is we're going to manage the ride, right?
Yes.
We're not going to be greedy. We're going to manage the ride with God on our side, right? Mm-hmm. We're going to walk that valley with faith, courage, and confidence. Mm-hmm. And you know what? The time part, when it happens, it'll happen. It'll happen. We don't have to force anything. We just have to manage our moves along the way. And that's what we're looking to do. So if you've never traded with us before, I'm going to tell you how you can get started. If you want to follow along with us, it's totally up to you. That's, your choice. But if you do want to follow along with us and you want to use the risk management strategy that we utilize, I'm going to tell you how to do that. So what you're first going to do, you're going to look at this list of stocks that we have. Okay.
You're going to use your first 5.
You're going to choose. You're going to choose 5 of them, right?
You're going to choose your first 5 when you're brand new.
You're going to choose your first 5 stocks. So out of this list, you're going to say, man, that looks good. That looks good. We are selling a couple on here.
Our first 5 are Medifast,
Virgin Galactic, Roku, Sonova,
and Zoom.
But we are going to be selling Sonova today. And so the first 5 would be Xpeng, Zoom, Roku, Virgin Galactic, and Med. But you can choose any of the 5 that you want. Mm-hmm. Not all of them are available on CashApp. Occasionally, CashApp will remove stocks from the board because they have strict volume requirements. That's okay. We just go buy them on SoFi.
Like Purple Innovation there.
Yeah. There's a few of them on there. There's, let's see. You won't be able to buy Maxian Solar, Purple Innovation, or UPower, or 270 Bio on CashApp. But you can get those on SoFi. By the way, if you want to get a SoFi account, SoFi gives you free cash and free stock just for getting an account when you use the link that we give you. So if you want one of those accounts, you want a SoFi account, you want to get free cash, free stock, and you want to get an awesome banking platform. It's the best banking platform I've ever seen. Do me a favor. Join our Facebook group. There's a link in the description of this video. And just shoot me a message. Say, hey, can I get your SoFi link? And SoFi will give you $50 to $350 in free cash and free stock just for signing up. It's pretty awesome. Mm-hmm. So you can get those stocks that aren't available on Cash App. You can get them on SoFi. But you're going to choose your first 5. What you're going to do is whatever dollar amount you're starting with, if you want to follow along with us, you're going to take 9%. And you're going to put that in each of the first 5 stocks.
Yep.
So if you're starting with $100, 9% would be $9. You put $9 in each of the first five. Starting with 1,000, 9% would be $90. 10,000, 9% would be $900. You get the point.
And then 100,000 is 9,000.
Now you're right. Yep. So 9%. And you're going to put that in each of the first five. Then what you're going to do is on your next stock down, your sixth stock, whatever balance you have left over, you're going to take 9% of that and buy your next one. And it's going to leave you with a new available balance. You're going to take 9% of that and buy the next one. You'll have a new available balance, 9% of that, and buy the next one. And you get the point. Your available balance is money that is not in the market. It's just cash that you have sitting in your account that is sitting there for you to utilize. So you're going to take 9% of your available balance after the first five, buy the next one, 9% of the next available balance, buy the next one, so forth and so on. Pretty easy, right?
Yep.
Also, this week I got to show you something. We bought quite a few stocks this week.
JFrog.
We bought MetaFast on Monday when the market opened. We bought more Virgin Galactic.
Zoom.
We bought Zoom.
Roku.
These hit our buy point this week. Roku hit our buy point.
Xpeng.
And Xpeng. They all hit our buy orders this week. JFrog we actually purchased last week.
Wow.
So we have some really good ones. Also, one thing that you're going to want to take a note of, we have some buy and sell orders as well. So I'm going to show you what those are so you can see those. Okay, just make a note, pause this video. We've got 2 buy orders and we've got 2 sell orders. Okay.
So is Sonova okay?
Yeah, we're going to leave our buy order on Sonova. Even though we're selling it, we still want to buy it down there if it comes down. So we're going to leave that order on the books. So let's take a look at our stocks, Gerrick.
First one is MetaFast.
MetaFast, man, this has really came down quite a bit.
Yep, it's down.
But I think we're hitting the bottom on this. I think we're hitting down here on the bottom on MetaFast. See how right around here is $20, right in this area?
Yeah.
And that's about where it is now.
Uh-huh.
You know what I think we should do? I think we should just go buy more MetaFast on Monday. What do you think? Keep buying it if it's coming down, right? So let me explain what we do when we're buying stocks. What we do is we start out with a dollar amount in them. Okay, we take 9% of our available balance. That's our starting point. As we buy more on the way down, we buy an equal dollar amount as our first purchase.
Yep.
It just so happens that we're buying MetaFast in $19 increments, right? We bought it a couple of times here, but we're buying it in $19 increments on the way down. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and schedule this to buy Monday. By the way, I owe you for the past couple of weeks, so I'll have to get that added to your account after this episode. But we have some money in there. Let's go ahead and hit buy on MetaFast.
Buy.
We're going to buy more MetaFast. I think we're really close to the bottom. We're going to buy $19 worth, right?
$19, yep. And
we're just going to set it to buy first thing Monday morning.
First thing Monday morning.
And let's see here.
Right here.
Right there. It's right there. Scheduled to buy. What is it? What price is it scheduled to buy at? 1971 is what it's estimated to buy at. And it's at 1971. So we're good there. Okay. So we're going to talk about our next one, Virgin Galactic.
We're not doing anything with that.
We're not going to do anything with this. This came down. We're down right now about 28% on it, and that's fine.
An announcement says Virgin Galactic 1 minus 4.
1 for 20 reverse stock split.
Yeah.
Investors don't typically like a reverse stock. Why? because it means that they're losing shares. They're getting one share for every 20. It doesn't change the value of the company. They still have their same ownership in the company as they did before because the total amount of stock is being reduced. But that being said, investors are picky. They do not like reverse splits. And for that reason, we're going to hold off buying more Virgin Galactic. We're going to hold off until after the reverse split. And then if it comes down a little bit during the reverse split, we're going to buy there. Because typically what happens after a reverse split, it'll come down a little bit and then it'll shoot up on a spike. And then sometimes it'll come all the way back down. But we're looking to get out on that spike up after the reverse split. But again, we'll probably come down just a little before that spike up. That's typically what happens in a reverse split. So we would much rather buy this after the reverse split than before the reverse split. And we're not sitting in bad position on it. We're only down 28%. If we can stay down minus around 33%, I'm pretty happy.
We might shoot up a lot.
Yep, we could. After that reverse split and after just that little pullback, I think this has a good potential of going up quite a ways. So we're not doing anything with Virgin Galactic right now. We're going to kind of hold off on it. Roku, we just bought more. I'm not going to go into all of these today. We did that on our last episode. We went into all of them. But we look good on Roku. We just bought more around $53 and change. And it's coming up right there. There's where we bought more, right there. See it? And we're coming up now. We got in all really close to the bottom on that. Sonova. Let's talk about it. I hate selling this one. I mean, we're up 23% on Sonova right now. We've made some good money. We were up a little bit more on it before. And I really believe this has to come back up here to around $8.50. I full-heartedly believe that it's got to come up there. You can see it in the chart. However, I think it's important for us to lock in gains considering the market conditions, considering that the market has been taking a plunge here lately, especially with the interest rate decisions and everything up in the air. I think it's important considering those market conditions. I think we may be able to get this back down over here at $4.59. You see that? It's at 533. I think we could get it at 459. If you notice, do you see this peak right here? You see how it's just a little higher than this peak? Remember what the general consensus wave is?
What is it?
You got to drive up.
And then drive down.
One drive down to here.
Drive up.
Two drive up.
And then drive down lower.
And a drive down lower, right?
And then drive all the way up.
Now I'll tell you this. Do you see this peak right here?
Yeah.
Plus this peak?
Yeah.
If we would have went to the same distance and we would have went up higher, I would have said, okay, maybe we come back down on top of this peak. But the fact of the matter is, we just went up a teeny bit more and then came back down. What this tells me is that it's really likely that we'll come lower than this first drive. We'll come lower than $4.71. Our cost average is 431. Look, we want to lock in profits here, don't we, Gerrick? And we want to look to buy back down here if it comes down here. So we're going to lock in these profits here on Sonova. And we're going to go ahead and sell Sonova. You want to hit sell?
Sell, and then we're going to press all.
And then we're going to set a buy order back on Sonova afterwards.
Actually, we already have our buy order.
Oh, we can't place it because we got to cancel.
Oh, we forgot. Yep.
We got to cancel our other sell order, right? We have it set to sell if it hits $8. We're just going to cancel that. So we're going to click cancel this order.
Yes.
Yes.
And then
we're gonna go back to it and we're gonna click.
the sell.
We're gonna click sell
all.
next.
Scroll
And
then and
schedule.
And then we're done. We got that.
And this is gonna sell first thing Monday morning.
First thing Monday morning. Right there.
Right there. It's gonna sell at approximately $5.32. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's currently at 533. So we're good.
We're good.
What I think, well, we'll set a buy order later on. We already got a buy order on Sonova at $4.36. So we're gonna leave that there. You see it right here?
Yeah.
436.
Yeah.
Normally we would take 9% of our available balance, but since we already have our buy order there, I'm just gonna leave it there at $18. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna see if it comes back down there at 436, and if it does, I'm happy to buy down. So we've got our buy order for Sonova. We're selling what we have Monday morning when the stock market opens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our next one down is Zoom video communications.
Zoom video. We're not doing anything with that.
I think we should buy more, but I've got to add some money to your account. Actually, you know what? Do we have a buy? I'll tell you what, we can go ahead and cancel this buy order on Ford. Well, let's see where Ford Motor is. We may want to leave that buy order on Ford.
Let's go ahead and talk about Ford oil.
You look at Ford. See how Ford's coming down? It could come down here to 1137. We've got a buy order all the way down here at 1056. You know what? We can cancel this for now. We could come back to it later. We could put a buy order later.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and cancel this because we want to free up some of that money. I do owe you some in your account, but for the sake of this video, we want to get our buy-in on Zoom, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to go ahead and cancel this order. And it's going to free up some margin there.
Then let's go ahead and look at Ford.
Certainly after Sonova sells on Monday, that's going to give us another $66 back in our account balance as well. So we're going to go ahead and go back over here to Zoom. And we're down 7.5% on this, but I really like this. This is really close to the bottom. You see how this is all the way down there?
Yeah.
It's pushing all the way down. This may go just a hair below $57, but I really like it where it's at now.
Shoot up,
it doesn't have to necessarily come down anymore. It could go up at any time, right?
Yeah.
So
it could go a lot. It could go a little more down.
It could go a little bit more down, but it looks like it could go up quite a ways.
Yeah.
And if we look at Zoom, we're buying this in what dollar increments?
$9 increments.
$9 increments. So let's just go ahead and set $9 to buy on Monday. How about that?
$30. $9. Next. And then schedule.
Schedule.
Done. And we're gonna go check it right there.
And it's right there. So it's gonna buy it first thing Monday morning, right?
Yeah. Xpeng, we're doing.
We look good in Xpeng. We just bought it. This week right here.
Yeah.
See, it's a little lower than what we bought it, but we're in at a really good price, I think.
Mm-hmm.
See, we're coming down here close to the bottom, right?
Yep.
270 bio, we're gonna leave that alone.
It's off the board.
We own that. We own a chunk on CashApp, and then we also own a chunk over on SoFi as well.
Yep.
And Ford Motor, we look good in Ford. We're just waiting. We're down 5% in that. We're okay. We're holding it. Next one is JFrog, right?
JFrog. That one bought last week.
Yeah, we bought this last week. We've held it for about a week. How much are we up on it?
7.95%.
7.95%, right?
Yeah. Wait, how much money is in it?
We've got $20 in it. We made $1.59. Hey, I'm happy with 7.95%. In these market conditions where the market's taking a plunge, if we're up a decent amount on this, I think we should sell it. We could come up here to $37. You see that?
Yeah.
We could come up here to $35. We're at 33 right now. In fact, it'll probably go up there. But there's a chance. You see how this is starting to come back down?
Yeah.
It could come back down to here and go back up. It could come back down to here at 32.96 right here and go back up.
Okay.
Or it could come back down and test that recent bottom. It could come all the way back down here to $30.77. You see that?
Yeah.
At the top of this peak. In fact, it could go a little bit lower. It could go into the peak. So we will want to pick back up JFrog. We'll want to pick it back up if it does come down. But considering market conditions right now, I think we have to be content with our profits, right, Gerrick?
Mm-hmm.
And then if it does come back down there to around $30.77, we'll look to buy more. So this will be one that we follow in the next episode, right?
Yes.
We're going to see where it is in the next episode. We got to remember that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at JFrog. And if it comes down in the meantime and we decide to buy it, guess what? We post our moves in between episodes in our Facebook group called
Trading with G.
Trading with G. There's a link in the description of this video.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do with JFrog, we're going to go ahead and sell it here.
Sell it all?
We're happy. We've made about 8% on it. Let's just set it to sell Monday morning.
Sell
all.
Next. Scroll and down in schedule.
And that's going to free up some margin too.
Yeah, right there.
Right there. Okay.
Sell all of JFrog.
So we're selling all of JFrog right about $21.60.
For $21.60.
And it's at, or let's see here. We're selling it at what price? We're selling it at approximately $33.67.
Oh.
And it's currently at $33.66. Okay. So we're good. Once we sell JFrog and Sonova, guess what that's going to do?
What?
That's going to free up about $86 of our money that we can utilize in other places if we need to. So if any of our other trades come down more and we want to buy more of them, we're going to have that money there sitting there because we sold JFrog and Sonova.
Like we want oil
for
stocks.
A profit.
We want oil stocks.
We want to, Gerrick says we want oil stocks. So we've got to manage what we're in first.
We got oil stocks in our stuff we've bought before.
We look good on Double Verify. Maxi and Solar, we own that over on, so we own a chunk of it here on CashApp. We also own a chunk over on SoFi. We're going to leave it alone. MongoDB, we just bought that recently, right?
Yeah.
We're going to leave that alone. Mongo, we're just going to let it play out. We're down about 6% on it. We're going to let it play out.
See how it does.
And see how it does. We're looking to get out probably somewhere up in here, maybe $330, somewhere in there, maybe $300. It's at 227 now. So we're just going to let it cook in the oven and we're just going to let it do its thing. We look at Purple Innovation.
That's off the board, but we have a chunk of it on Cash App and another chunk of it on SoFi.
SoFi, correct. And this is a good one. We just recently bought this at $1.24. It's at $1.01 now. This one here may come down here to around 82 cents. 82 cents looks really good. See this little notch right there?
Yeah.
Right there, 86 cents.
Yeah.
And see this spike right here, 82 cents?
Yeah.
Right here between 82 and 86 cents looks decent to be able to buy Purple Innovation. So we may buy more down there if we see it down there maybe in our next episode, or or in between episodes. If we see it down there in the meantime,
we're going to post it on Facebook.
We'll post it in our group, but we may buy more if it comes down there to 82 to 86 cents.
Yep. Very less stock U-Power.
U-Power, we're not doing anything
Nope,
with that.
nothing.
We own a little bit on CashApp. We own a much bigger chunk over on SoFi. And actually, U-Power looks good. It looks like it's getting ready to break out. Guys, I've been watching this the past couple of weeks, and I think U-Power, if it just breaks through that last little resistance, this is a stock that we could really see soar. It could really go up high if it can break that last little resistance. So this is one that's been beaten down, and we've just rode that baby into the valley, right?
Yep.
We've just managed our ride. But I think that's all the moves we're making. We're going to buy more MetaFast. We're leaving Virgin Galactic alone until after the reverse split.
Selling off Sonova, I'm pretty sure.
We're going to buy more Zoom. We're going to sell Sonova, and we're going to sell JFrog, right?
Yep.
That pretty much covers this week, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, Gerrick, I think that's pretty much a wrap for this episode. What do you think?
Yeah.
What are we doing right now?
We're trying to
What?
Battling the plunge.
We're battling the plunge, right? That's what this episode is called. We're battling the plunge. Sometimes you just got to battle the plunge. You got to go into the valley. And you got to battle that plunge with what? Courage.
Faith and confidence.
Faith and confidence, right? You can't get greedy. You can't be fearful. You just got to know and have that faith, courage, and confidence that you're going to walk that valley and that God will see you through, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're certainly going to do that. We're going to battle the plunge.
Mm-hmm.
Are you about ready to yawn? You're about ready. See, Gerrick's about ready to yawn. He's holding back a yawn. We're doing this late. This is Saturday night. We're doing this late Saturday night to get this out on Sunday. What time is it here?
It's almost 12 p.m.
It's almost midnight here. So I hope you guys appreciate this. Well, Gerrick, before we go, we got to remind them to do what?
Like that smash button.
Like that smash button.
Smash that like button.
And subscribe to our channel. Well, this is Dwayne.
And Gerrick.
Reminding you, manage the ride.
And you will master the time.
Until next time, bye now.
Bye.